In this video, I'm going to be talking about the single biggest monetization opportunity on shorts. And I'm going to be focusing on giving you facts, information that can actually help you monetize your YouTube shorts. And I want to believe that by now you already understand how to create football content. And if you don't know how to create a football content, there is something popping up around this area. You can check it out to know how to create content and based on what I'm going to be talking about here. So I'm going to be talking majorly on some of the facts you need to understand and some of the things you need to know about the ongoing FIFA World Cup and how you can make money from that. And one thing you need to understand is that one of the most prioritized content on YouTube currently is sport. How will you position yourself to make money from this? This is why I've drafted out 6 things you need to know about what is currently going on. And one of it is why is 2026 different? One thing you need to understand is that in 2018, the FIFA World Cup was hosted in Russia. As at then, the YouTube short does not exist. There is no opportunity to create short form content. Most short form content platforms that were existing in 2018 was Facebook, I guess, and it's not monetized to everybody. To some countries then. A lot of people missed out in 2018. Fast forward to 2022, the FIFA World Cup was hosted in Qatar. The short form content was just launched in 2022 and it was not fully monetized. Algorithm still developing because even though if you post your content then, you are not going to get engagement. Fast forward to 2026, the World Cup is currently hosted in 3 countries, USA, Canada, and Mexico. And why does this really matter? I'm going to explain further in this video. But you need to understand that this is 2026. There are screenshots, there are videos online, people testifying that they made over $1 million from YouTube Shorts. Short form is fully mature. Like you can basically make good money from short form content. So if you can post 30 seconds clip and that 30 seconds clip went viral, that 30 seconds clip can make you up to $500,000 to $1 million this era. I want you to pay attention to this thing. Algorithm has full capacity. Algorithm now push your content to the right people that want to see your content. And to some people that are not really interested in that particular content, algorithm is still going to push your content to those people. And this is why you see that when you start out YouTube, especially YouTube automation, when you are creating short form content, you tend to get more engagement on short form than long form. That is the work of algorithm. In 2026, this is the first FIFA World Cup where short is fully built, fully monetized, and the algorithm is actively working for you. YouTube officially announced that it is the preferred platform for FIFA World Cup. This is not just a small announcement. One thing you need to understand is that number one is the algorithm priority. Algorithm now prioritize FIFA World Cup clips, either from past records or some current records, in a way to promote the FIFA World Cup to those that love football and those that did not love football. Another thing is FIFA Archive Unlocked. So you can go back to 2018, 2022 clips and create a story from that clips. Then live stream access. Media partner can now live stream the first 10 minutes of every match and publish extended highlights plus behind the scenes shots if this has never happened before. What this is trying to say is that you can actually live stream the 10 minutes into the match. It's just the beginning of the match. So it's just you videoing yourself, videoing the page, talking about what is about to happen. And then another thing is creator over corporation. YouTube blog explicitly says they want creators involved, not just large media company. You are being invited to the table. FIFA don't just want to partner with media companies because it might cost them a fortune. They also want creators to talk about FIFA on their page. Either you create content with your real face or you use AI to create those contents. And in that way, what you are trying to do to FIFA World Cup is you are trying to publicize or talk more about what FIFA World Cup is all about. Not only that, the money breakdown. Non-football RPM is between $0.05 to $0.20. But for World Cup RPM, there is 0.5 cents to $2. That means you can earn more when you post football clips on a monetized channel. And then for North Americans, the RPM is 3 to 5x higher. The North American advantage is that for the first time ever, tens of millions of American casual fans are watching football in their own country. This is a very good opportunity for you to also jump on that opportunity and make money from it. Now, let's talk about the content angle that actually work. Number one is the evergreen, which is the player story. You talk about where the player came from, what they went through, how they made it, what type of work do they do in every country. So basically what I'm trying to explain here is that when you talk about footballer story, especially for those that are in North America that didn't really know much about this footballer, they tend to learn from your content. Another thing is high view, which is match and moment commentary. Famous goal, controversial historical upsets, narrated with your own take, and FIFA footage now unlocks equals more material more than ever. So what I'm trying to explain here is that when you make a commentary video about what happened in 2018 or 2022, when you explain that moment and you can now compare that moment with what is going on currently, correlating it together, even while you are using AI to create all of this content, you can make money from that. So these are content angle niche that actually works for you. Then country and team story. So for example, Ghana is qualified in Africa. Portugal is also qualified, and Argentina is also qualified. Pause. If you are enjoying the value shared in this video and you have been looking for a way to start YouTube automation, or you don't really know or understand what YouTube automation is all about, well, I have prepared a class that can actually guide you on what is YouTube automation, how to research on niche, how to know what niche to get onto, also how you can create your own trending niche, and how to monetize your YouTube channel within 2 weeks. Well, I have prepared a masterclass for you that can actually help you understand everything about YouTube automation. You want to check this class out using the link in the description, because this is your final bus stop. Let's continue with the video. So when you talk about the historical factor that brings up the team, or the historical facts that makes the country exist, when you talk about the economic breakdown, their economic factor, you talk about their president. Does the president approve FIFA World Cup? Does the president love FIFA? Does the president love football? Then football explainer. This is basically about you explaining what happened before and what is currently happening. The US is watching for the first time. So you can talk about offside rule. You can talk about formation. You can talk about goalkeepers. You understand? This will enlighten newbie that doesn't know anything about FIFA. You talk about some of past experience and you now relate it to what is happening currently in FIFA or what has happened before. You combine the two together and create a story from there. And then the last one is the ranking and debate content. More like, who is the best player? Which country will win? This is more like a predict game for FIFA. So when you create this type of content, there is high chances for you to start bagging a lot of money from YouTube, especially when you post those contents on YouTube Shorts. So if you ask me, now that you know all of these things, the type of sub niche you can go into, and you already know that YouTube now has a deal with FIFA and you know how much you can earn from this thing, you also hear about the history. If you ask me what is your execution strategy, let me show you. Start now. That is what I will tell you, because the tournament is within June and July 2026. And if you start now, before the tournament, though the tournament is going on, but you can still start now. Pick one sub niche and commit to it completely. This is how you make money. Consistently post, minimum of 1 shot per day. But I will advise you extend to 3 shots per day. Let the algorithm learn your channel from whatever you are posting. This is supposed to be before June, before the tournament started. But the tournament has started, and now this is your first time seeing this type of video. You understand? You can start now. Build a content calendar for this full 6 weeks window. The remaining days to the end of the FIFA World Cup, build a content calendar. The remaining days is July, and you only want to create content for the whole of July. So now that you know you are late into the game and you still want to make money from the game, what I would advise is start creating content and post 3 contents per day. Then react to trend moments the same day they happen. Another country is going to play this weekend. Before they happen, you can create content about predicting what is going to happen. Then after the game, you also come again to also either counter or support the past video you make. From there, you make money. Don't wait till second day or third day and then reply to every comment within the first 30 minutes. Then double down on your best performing format. For example, you publish a video and you saw that, oh, this particular format that I follow is actually getting a lot of view. Double down on it. And fun fact, you can use AI to create football content using TikTok. Create content on TikTok, then you post it on YouTube. That is sense. If you want to learn more about that, you can join my YouTube community using the link below. Then post tournament after the window closes. What should you do? Continue with Premier League, Champions League, transfer window, and international tournaments. You also talk about that. Then monetize your audience with affiliate and sponsorship. I talk more extensively about this in my community. If you want to know more about that, you can join. You can use the link in the description. Then the audience stay for life, not just the 6 week or the remaining week, or let's say 5 weeks that is remaining. They like your content. They like how you create your content. And aside that, it's a football content. Why timing matters. Now that you've understand everything. Say for example, you are seeing this video and it's kind of late already for you. Don't forget there is Premier League coming, there is Champions League coming, and there is another La Liga next to that coming. Have it at the back of your mind that you want to build your channel for the next event. The more history your channel has going into July, the better you position. So I will advise you start today. Even though if you don't make good money in this tournament, you can make good money in the Champions League. There is still La Liga. There is other event that is still coming up before the ending of this year. When you are building your channel, you are building for the long term because football is here to stay and is going to stay forever. Say for example, you built about 50,000 subscribers during World Cup. That is equal an audience that followed football for life, not just within that 6 week or the many days of the tournament. They come back for Premier League match. They come back for Champions League finals and the transfer window. You understand? So when you start now, even though if you are not getting the monetization or the money you are looking for, there are other events coming up. And then for football content, some of football content that never stop, like people will search about it, look about it, want to know more about it. Number one is Premier League. And this is between August to May. It is past. There's also Champions League. After World Cup, that is Champions League, and which is between June to September. And then we also have World Cup qualifier. This is every 4 years. And then we also have transfer window. We have Copa America, that is AFCON. This is also every 2 years. And then we also have World Cup. These are events that can never die in football. You can start building your account from now till that time comes. And then monetization beyond AdSense, sport betting affiliates. And then you also talk about streaming partnership. You talk about kit and equipment affiliates, like boots, like jersey, like maybe you can even start creating jersey yourself, or you have a plug, you promote that person. This is football. Everybody loves football. There is high chances for you to make money. Apart from monetization, fancy sport applications, you can even build your own application and promote it on your channel. Don't forget, you have over 50,000 subscribers. You have it. And you can now start marketing every other thing to them, which is beyond AdSense. The window is open and it's going to close in July 2026. There is high chances for you to make money from YouTube Shorts. This can be the very minute or moment you have been waiting for. And I will advise you start now. And in case you don't understand how to create football content, you can check somewhere around here. There is something popping up already. Check the content out. If you are not following me, I would advise you follow me, because the next thing I'm about to talk about football is going to benefit you. And if you are subscribed already, you're welcome to the game. And on that note, I'm going to see you in my next video.